So as someone who is unfamiliar with the play, I've never seen the play. I've never read the book. My first exposure to Wicked is the cinematic experience, which is one of the reasons why I was kind of excited to see it to begin with last year. Um, I didn't know that we were going to get these ties, all these kind of explanations for why the Wizard of Oz is the way that it is, including certain characters and certain character beats that happen. Um, the one that really like kind of shocked me, like I didn't realize it was going to happen until like we were right in the middle of it happening, was Bach becoming the Tin Man and
Yeah.
how horrifying that is.
Yeah.
That was honestly really cool. I
Yeah.
loved that moment.
The second that hits, and actually even before that, I think that we met the Cowardly Lion before that, right? I think that happened prior.
Yes.
So we meet the Cowardly Lion before, and I think when that happens, you're like, oh, is this supposed to be? You're not totally sure, right? If that's the Cowardly Lion, maybe like in that moment, and then a couple scenes later, when that's happening, you're kind of like during the transformation, you're like, oh shoot, he's a Tin Man. Like, this is awesome. It's really cool that we get the backstory of the, main characters that follow Dorothy around from the original, Wizard of Oz. And it really made me think of Oz the Great and Powerful, right? From our first episode, where like
I thought about that too.
the cool part
Yeah.
about Oz the Great and Powerful, despite many of the flaws there of the film, is that like you get this really cool backstory for the wizard and how he gets to Oz and all this, right? Now, granted, we know that story is different than the Wizard of Oz.
Right, but both Oz the Great and Powerful and Wicked are, from what I understand from fans of the Wizard of Oz, are non-canon,
Not canon,
to the
right.
Oz universe, right?
But they're cool adaptations, right, of the story, and they give
Yeah,
us some
yeah,
cool
and like
detail.
it makes me think that like because Wicked I believe came out in the 90s, like the book did. So like this makes me believe that due to the popularity of the book and then later the popularity of the play, I'm guessing someone got the brilliant idea of making Oz the Great and Powerful, and they were like, well, if people like origin stories so much, I'm gonna rewrite my own.
Yeah,
And I agree with you. Like it was fun to see like certain aspects of this movie. You should go listen to Ozfest Part 1 to get an idea of like what I thought about this movie, but you're probably gonna get a pretty good idea right now. Aside from all the decisions that movie decided to make, it feels like they could have just done Wicked earlier.
right,
It probably would have been a better commercial success.
right. We didn't need Oz the Great and Powerful. You could just given us Wicked earlier. Dang it,
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah, just put James Franco in that movie. It would have been fine.
But
It would have been
but
great.
he was a pretty good wizard.
Yeah.
And honestly, Jeff Goldblum playing him
Oh,
now is such a
fantastic.
great cast. It's such a great casting, and he really James did a great job too, right? And it honestly, if you're a fan of Wicked, you should probably just watch Oz the Great and Powerful just for the fun of it to really see the wizard, right? Like it is a fun film for that in that respect. But
At least not just as a negative POS, but like kind of a lovable POS.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Since we're talking about like the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and Cowardly Lion and how we kind of got
Yes.
them, we got them in this film. And obviously they're beloved characters from the original Wizard of Oz. The one thing that did bother me with those characters, and I don't know why they made this choice, and I hope if you do, that's great. It felt like a weird decision to not like give us a couple scenes that they were trying to like half give us when showing the characters, and Dorothy being the main one there. They did not want to show us the face. They showed us the slippers and the hair, and they like totally did everything they could to avoid like essentially casting a Dorothy, so they didn't have to like give her any lines. And I imagine it's because the musical is like, of course, focused on Elphaba and Glinda, and they probably don't want to take anything away from those characters and like and everything there. But to have that many like cutscenes, right, where they're like just showing us like below their head, like there was enough to where it was like, this is a little weird, guys. Like just give us like 2.5 minute scenes of the things that you're already kind of telling us are happening off screen while showing us a different character. You know, like when Glinda's in the room
Mm,
watching through the keyhole. It's like I get it, but also it felt like a weird choice to not just cast a Dorothy so you're not scared to show us her face. And then you wait to reveal what Scarecrow looks like until he's getting Alphaba out from, underneath her hiding place after pulling off this like elaborate ruse, right? So she can be in peace with him. Like, I understand the creative decision, like not revealing the Scarecrow, right? Until Alphaba sees him for the first time, right? The writers, they want you to see Scarecrow the same time that for the first time when Alphaba does. Like that makes, I get it. But you showed like the backside of him too many times before that to make it not awkward. Like, so it just felt weird
right.
to me.
I mean, like, so like I get what you're saying. I mean, as far as like Scarecrow goes, like I guess that is kind of annoying because it's like we the audience know who that is, right?
Right.
Like like the reveal is not super dramatic at the end. Like we know that the Scarecrow spell worked,
Right.
right? So it does feel a little weird that we are not seeing him. As far as Dorothy goes, I actually didn't mind that one as much. I do agree with you on the Scarecrow thing. It's like there could have been a better way to have done this. But the Dorothy, like, I actually kind of like that we don't see her, like at least the front of her, right? I like that for a couple reasons. The first that it's not her movie, right? Like
Yeah.
The Wizard of Oz is Dorothy's movie, and like I think the second reason, and maybe this is just me personally, there is only one Dorothy, and it's Judy Garland, right? Like there will never be another Dorothy.
Yeah. That's great.
Um,
That's great. That's a very respectable reasoning to like what they did. I totally understand that.
mm.